Girl,
Everybody
it's packed out here tonight.
Please. Follow the one line, please.
I told you.
IDs out. I need to see IDs. Thank you, ladies. Welcome to Park Ave.
Excuse me. Hello? Can you move? What? Excuse me. Oh my God. You ready to go? Girl, I've been ready.
Is you live, whore?
We're live.
Well, hey, girl, hey.
Happy 2020. I feel like I haven't seen you in...
I think we took a break before the New Year's.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so it's been a month. The people been asking.
Yes, they have.
I hope y'all January went well.
Yeah. January. January is that weird month where it's just like...
January is long as hell.
It is very long.
It's after the holidays. If you spent your time holidaying, by the time January come in, your counts, you're like, Happy New Year, you're having a great night, and then Uranus due. And
everything's depleted.
Yeah, it really is like that. It's like Happy New Year, right, and it's like, what? I ain't got no money for the whole holiday. But I don't personally party on New Year's Eve anymore. I'm either in church or at home.
Yes, that is a young person's game.
I was asleep by 10 o'clock, if we're going to be completely honest. I drug myself off my sofa around 1:30ish, and then I seen that it was the New Year, and I survived. So,
amen.
Praise God for that. But no, that holidaying... If you holiday from smooth
November or October
31st,
yeah,
to Happy New Year, your account still ain't right. You waiting on your tax money.
Yeah. Indeed.
You waiting on your tax money. Your account still ain't straight.
It's fucked up.
One thing about rent is don't show up
every month faithfully.
It looks for you. Looks for you. So I hope y'all was safe and popping. January was a long ass treacherous month.
Indeed it was.
I just feel like so much has happened.
It has.
Just a whole lot in January. But what have you been up to?
Campaigning. So, guys, the primaries are literally this month. What's next month, but the early voting starts February 18th.
You know, the city of Houston, because I just got a city license, Houston license, Texas license, they just sent me something. I need to actually read it.
Check your voter registration name. You're probably a registered voter. So
I was a registered voter in Florida, so does it just cross over?
I'm not sure. You have to check it's already too late to vote for primaries. So
yeah, they actually just sent it last week.
But yeah, so primaries start February 18th. If you are a registered voter in Harris County, I really, really encourage you. Just being a part of a campaign that is picking up a lot of momentum has really, really opened my eyes to politics and how people totally ignore local politics, and local politics affect you more than national politics. So I really encourage people to really look into who's running for what, because those decisions these politicians make and enforce, and then they change the law, they actually have more of a direct effect on us as citizens of the Harris County. But anyway, so yes, I really want you guys to really vote. It's really important. If you smoke weed, you really need to vote for Adia. If you like
what
to
a
have
selling point.
Well, that's what I tell people. Hey, you smoke weed? You need to check this lady out. Because 9 times out of 10, people that smoke weed smoke in their car while they're driving. If you like to have sex in exchange for money, you need to vote for Adia, because she's decriminalizing sex work, not pimps and shit. I'm talking about
sex work is real work.
I'm talking about consensual. You having sex with somebody and getting paid for it in exchange. She's decriminalizing that.
Even if it's under the table?
Even if it's under the table.
That's nice to know.
Yes. So she's a really cool chick. I've talked about her several times on the podcast, but it's getting close to the election. And even though we still actually have like a year because the main election is in November. But in order to get this lady out of office, she has to win the primaries. So we're looking to kick her out of office. And, that's what I've been doing, as well as, I'm still at Sugas. Definitely been an uphill battle. We've had a lot of traffic come in, so business has been picking up. So that's good. And then working with a lot of nonprofits, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty much it. And then sleeping, and then
I believe in sleep. I also believe in
big fat white man, smelling fat bitch.
why you took me out the motherfucking schedule with your trifling.
Dirty white racist ass big fat bitch.
Oompa loompa body ass bitch.
I'm coming up there and I'm home.
Okay.
is that your January mood?
I don't know. I've been in Rachel for quite some time now. I'm kind of sick of Rachel, but every blue moon it produces it right back up. Let me see. What have I done January? I'm thinking. Really just work. I really don't. January was just a sluggish month. It was long. I don't know. I didn't feel like myself in a new year. I just felt like blah. Nah, I didn't feel bad. I just felt blah. Like,
It's the winter blues.
it's just like, okay, it's January. You know, what needs to get done this year? No, not like that though. Like, okay, it's January. Ooh. In pertaining to my real job, what do I want to do? Because I don't like, I like staying places, but I need to grow in places. So it's like, where do I need to go? Do I need to figure out my department and continue trying to grow within my department, or do I need to move to another department? That's been on my mind. And just in general, just every little thing I have going on is kind of trying to figure out what's the next step to a lot of stuff, because I just think it's really, I don't like staying
The
same every year after year after year. That's not fun. Who wants to do that?
Yeah.
So that's been pretty much it. I really like work. I mean, and chilling, nothing's huge, not at all. But I've enjoyed everything. I mean, it wasn't January, like I said, January always feels like a long month to me. I don't know about everybody else, but
It does.
But that's that. So that's what's cool in the city is voting.
No. So, you guys, I'm going to take this Cool in the City visual. That was actually something that I decided I wanted to do for 2020. So I started with my friends. So I have a really good friend of mine. Her name is Amy Malkin, and she is an artist, entrepreneur. She has a book. She does murals across the city. I know that a lot of the murals that you see, like in Third Ward, she's been a part of or she's done. She's a phenomenal artist. Her artwork is gorgeous. And so I sat down with her because I thought we were going to tape in January. So y'all are gonna see the video and we'd say Happy New Year, it's January, blah blah blah. So just bypass that. But nonetheless, Amy Malkin is what's cool in the city. She's a mother. She I remember we used to go out to the clubs, and she was a party girl as well. And then she kind of segued into, well, she didn't segue, she just jumped into being an artist 100%, and everything has just worked out for her, and her journey is really interesting, and I enjoy talking to her about it, because to me, like when I hear, like you always hear stories about how people just stopped working one day and then started their passion and everything just kind of fell in place, to see her and know that she, what she's gone through and all of that stuff, I thought it was, it's a great story. And I know that she's been through a lot, and to see her flourish and in her entrepreneurship journey and the artist that she is. And I just think it's so dope, and I think she's dope, and you'll see the video tomorrow or whenever we post the show. I'll post it. But she just talks about her path to being an artist full time, and she also we talked about what she was recovering from, and basically she was in a emotionally abusive relationship that produced a child. So we kind of touched on what she's passionate about as far as making sure that, you know, she provides her son with you know, a stable home, and making sure she's mentally, you know, in a good space. Because I know I've been in an emotional abusive relationship, and I know that that kind of shit can really fuck with you. And then to have to raise a child, you know, I mean, I don't have a kid, but I can imagine how to try to, like, you got to be somewhat fit. But she does it really well. Like, she is thriving, and I genuinely appreciate her taking the time out to talk to me about it. You guys will see the video. But yeah, Amy Malkin, she is What's Cool in City. You can check her out on Instagram and social media. I'm about to pull it up right now. So yeah, you can check out all of her artwork and stuff. It is Amy Malkin, so AMYMALKAN. That's like I said, she's an artist, and she's the awesome mother, and she has an amazing story to tell, and she tells it through her art. And her son is just the cutest little thing. He's half black, half Indian. She's Indian, or yes. So she's just a cool person. So I can't wait for you guys to see the video. We actually taped in January, but like I said, bypass the January talk. It's gonna be posted in February. Yes. Boom.
Well, my woman curse Wednesdays too.
You big fat white nasty smelling fat bitch. Why you
Took me off the motherfucking schedule with your trifling big fat bitch on body ass bitch. That's really not Wednesday. My woman crush Wednesday is actually Andrea Sachs, also known as Andy, played by Anne Hathaway in 2006. The Devil Wears Prada.
Nice.
The Devil Wears Prada is top tier movie. White teeny bopper women movies, if that makes sense. Like Bring It On, The Devil Wears Prada, 10 Things I Hate About You, Clueless. I box them all together. They're kind of top tier. But Andrea Sachs, Andy, Meryl Streep is in it, who sometimes when Meryl Streep has gray hair, I get her confused. Close, which I don't know why. But I really, I see her with like straight gray hair, I'd be like, where the Dalmatians at, bitch? But Meryl Streep, I do every single time.
What a Dalmatian dog, girl.
For a minute, I was like halfway through the movie when I realized it was Meryl Streep and not Glenn Close, and I don't think they look alike. It's something about that, like
white hair,
that aggressive,
silver.
And she had that aggressive white woman cut. That aggressive white woman cut is when it's like
a bang,
that swoop. It's a shortcut, but it's that swoop. It's like I call it black girl hair when I see white people with it. But either way, it's like an aggressive white woman hair. It's like the same. It's John and Kate from John and Kate Plus 8 is that haircut.
But it's more flipped.
It's more flipped and it's fuller, because Kate's got a little funny, but then she had like 8 kids, so I understood why her hair looked whatever. Neither here nor there. But anyway, so Meryl Streep not getting Glenn Close. Glenn Close was fucking with the Dalmatians. We got it. And Emily Blunt. And Meryl Streep is the editor-in-chief of Runway magazine, which is essentially a version of Vogue magazine in the movie. Andy gets the job by like pure default, Jesus being on the main line, just kind of randomly. She gets the job that every fashionista essentially would want. If you're a girl who is into fashion, having a job at Runway for Miranda Priestley is the job you want. Now, the reason Andy is my woman crush Wednesday is because she had to deal with her bullshit friends that whole movie. Her friends and her boyfriend were, I'm sorry, trash.
Agreed.
The issue I have with her, the issue I have with her friends more so is because even though she got a job that elevated her, And who's to say if it was good or bad? We know when she first got on when she first got the job, she was dressing frumpy. She really didn't care about how she looked. She kind of thought fashion was like this mindless thing, and little did she know that a lot of work goes into fashion, and people who pick what's in have like really big jobs to do. Because I remember back in I was in high school, and I think I went to, it might have been Charlotte Russe or 579, and I remember
classics.
And Body Shop, those
classic.
So I remember one day I was shopping, and the whole store was tan, brown, and jean. And so I was buying clothes. It might have been for winter break. So I was going back to school in January. And I remember going to school and everybody had on tan, brown, and jean. And that's essentially what fashion people do. They kind of feed us into what they want us to wear, because if you start looking in different stores, you'll start to notice a lot of stores carry similar things, because it's somebody's a higher up that's like, this is in, and now everybody's buying what's in. They filter the streets with the same shit. It wasn't this mindless type of environment. It's like a $1 billion company. It's a big deal. So she had to actually learn that she thought she was above them. She realized that it takes a lot of work and a lot of intelligence to be in fashion. That's one. But then two, she stopped dressing so fucking frumpy. And I kind of was annoyed because her friends were teasing her about how she kind of upgraded her looks. And it's like, well, why wouldn't you want her to look good? Like, that don't make no sense to me. Y'all like when she was just wearing hoodies and baggy shirts all day. Now my sis is wearing, thigh-high boots and put on a little hat, get her life. And y'all like teasing her. But then the issue, too, is they didn't mind taking free shit from her. Because when she showed up to the restaurant and she had all this stuff that Miranda didn't want, they quickly took the bags. They quickly took the electronics. But then was annoyed when she had to answer work calls. So it's like, do you want the free shit or not? Mm-hmm. And they kind of were annoying too, because they had a whole scene about jobs that paid the bill. So even though Andy was complaining about working for Miranda, the vibe for their group was everybody kind of hated their job. So it's like, okay, she complaining. Y'all mad at her for complaining. Y'all tell her to quit every time she gets a chance. Nigga, she a grown-ass adult living in New York. Why y'all telling this girl to quit so easily? That's just, that is the weirdest. I don't understand friends that be so quickly to tell people to just do stuff. I'm not that friend. You have to explain to me why you truly hate something for me to be like, quit. Because a lot of people, they were telling her to quit because it got tough, but she was enjoying her job. So I didn't really... She got really good at it. She did get really good at it. And then it's like her boyfriend hating. It's like you working a night shift and a weekend shift at a low-level well, actually worked at a really good restaurant, but he was the line cook. And it's like she's moving up, even though she did slightly still... I can't think of Emily Blunt's name. Go back and watch that movie. What was Emily Blunt's name in that movie? I'm not... What? Emily Blunt, the girl who's also the secretary, the assistant or whatever. She's so good, she trumped her in the process. So, I don't know. Her friends and her boyfriend, they just kind of seemed like assholes and like they was hating. And it kind of felt to me like they were all in their early 20s. And I think sometimes when you start getting older, people fade out. Mm-hmm. And I would have preferred The Devil Wears Prada to end with her still working for Miranda Priestley, and she realized that she just outgrew her friends, because her friends really just complained too much for me. I wasn't really with it. It's when they was taking all the free shit. So, and then that movie is nothing but not even a year of Andy's life. Her friends was hating within the first month. And then her boyfriend really was telling her to quit, but he was like, a line, quit. It's like, well, how are we going to pay these damn bills? These are things I was thinking of when he was saying quit so easily. Oh, you should quit. You're a line cook. Who going to pay this rent? Who going to pay these lights? How we going to keep this cable? How am I going to get on the bus or the train in New York when I don't have no job and you a line cook and you hate your job too? It's just, shout out Auntie. She's way better than me. Her friends are kind of trash. I love Miranda Priestley. It's nice to know it wasn't Glenn Close. To see, because it was a very long time I thought that was Glenn Close. That goddamn gray hair really threw me off. And I don't necessarily, and that's it, I don't think they look alike, but there was something about that gray hair that had me.
My favorite part was she just kept saying, that's all. Where she goes, no, there wasn't a question.
That part when, who's Dolce and Gabbana? Can you spell Gabbana? And then the other thing is she also started taking her health seriously, because even though like she started eating better, and even though I guess it was kind of superficial that she started eating salads, at the end of the day, eating salad and like eating a salad a day is not going to hurt your body.
It's good for you.
You should at least do a salad for lunch.
Absolutely.
Like, so I'm with it. I was with Andy Upgrade, and her friends really held her back. Andy was going to Paris and shit.
They were just jealous. That's all. I mean, they want you to be. They wanted her to be where they were, and unfortunately,
and everybody hated their job. That was the thing. They literally had a cheers to jobs that paid the bills. So it's like we all are in a consensus that we hate our job. So why y'all keep telling this girl to quit her job though? If everybody hate their job, why she got to be the one to quit? We should get the free shit and the hookups and going to good parties. So, you know.
Doesn't sound like I mean, well, no.
Don't hang out with people who tell you to quit your job and that don't offer you to grow and push boundaries. Because at the end of the day, Runway.
That's a hell of a resume.
It is. And Runway was pushing her boundaries professionally and personally.
Amen.
And it showed. And I would have liked to see Andy turn into a bad bitch instead of working at the local newspaper. That's me, though. And then she came back, and she wasn't as frumpy, but her outfit wasn't even as cute at the end of the movie. I was just like, wow, Andy. Like,
but you know, then again, there's some people that don't, like, that lifestyle is very particular. Like, the fashion industry is like, you gotta love that shit. And there's some people that get into it thinking it's something else, and then when they realize that ain't it, like, I can see how the downgrade went. I can see that.
I can totally see how the downgrade went. However, since it's a movie, I would have preferred Andy to quit her friends
and elevate up.
I mean, it's the movie about Precious. When I realized that Precious wasn't actually a real story, I was like, wow, y'all ended be like this, and y'all could have gave her a better ending. Like this was made up. This was made up, and you still gave that baby Down syndrome, gave that girl AIDS. Like, I would never understand Precious. And then when I realized it was a book I knew it was a book called Sapphire. I just assumed Sapphire was like a real book from a real person. I didn't realize somebody made the whole shit up. And I was just like, you made it up and that's the ending you gave it? I seen Precious once and one time only. I needed it not again because that is a depressing movie. And once again, if you can do the ending, you should have gave my good sis an ending. Sis should have been like, oh, my bad. The test results, I had the wrong person. You're not positive. I don't know. Precious ended terrible too. So, and I feel the same way about The Devil Wears Prada. Since it was a movie, I guess some of y'all was like, oh, that's so good.
But that's actually based on a real story.
Oh, that's really good. Y'all should have still lied to me. I still would have took that's really good. I'm happy Andy decided. And you know what? She did choose a life that was good for her. But my personal bad bitchness would have lived if she just was like, Miranda, out some bullshit you did, but I do like working here. And she went on and lived the New York life I wanted her to live. But shout out to Andy. You made the right decision for you. Who am I to decide what's right or wrong for you? Your friends are still trash. They probably loved you when you was working that job and being a blogger, whatever. Andy, you were a bad bitch for a smooth hour and a half in that movie. And I was living for your services. And Miranda Priestley, Meryl Streep,
a battery.
You're a goddess. You stay in a movie. You sports season.
He stays in a movie, honey.
So, good luck. But you know who wouldn't have failed me?
Who?
Rachel, you big fat white nasty smelling fat bitch.
Took me off the motherfucking schedule with your
Trifling dirty white racist ass big fat bitch. Oompa loompa body ass bitch.
No. So yeah. But like I said, the month of January was a lot. I went to a communications course for work. Actually, I went to all courses for work. That's my new thing, taking up all that my job has to offer. And apparently it's a lot. Oh, they'll teach you anything. You want to build a house? They'll teach you. Like that, the training courses are immaculate. But I went to a communications training course, and bless communications little soul. It was actually one of the best courses I've been to in a very, very, very long time. And one thing I learned about the communications course, that everyone gets on my fucking nerves. And that's okay. Because I really did. Because they break down what type of like communicator you are in a sense. You take a test. And so I took the test. I already knew who I was when I first, because you could be direct, systematic, spirited, or considerate. So I kind of already knew where I was going to lean towards.
Direct.
I'm directly systematic. I scored 10 on direct and 9 on systematic, which I completely agree because I am very systematic on 95% of my life, and I am direct, and I get annoyed by everybody. So we took the test or whatever, and then they make you like go into like these examples. Like she does these examples, and you can just tell because people's personalities come out. So like she's like, well, what if this happened? You can just tell people's personality coming out because all that stuff was like, but why she said that? But that didn't make no sense. Like that was we don't talk, but that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
No, but why didn't she get to the point? I don't get it. So, but that was 2 hours. But that still doesn't make sense to me. So it was very eye-opening in the fact that everybody really have to have patience with each other. Mm-hmm. And I realized it's like two people in my life who, when they're talking to me, in my head, I'd be like, shut the hell up. So, like, my goal for 2020 is to be more patient. It's specific people. When I was sitting in that class, I'm like, that is why they be driving me up the fucking wall. That is why when it to me, it almost feels like nails against the blackboard. Because it's like, okay, can you get to the point? So what's the end goal? So you just told me a wealth of information just to tell me that the tree fell over. Wow. I'm that person. Just tell me the tree fell over. Got it. So
So you don't like the story behind why the tree fell over. You just want somebody to tell you the tree fell over.
But it depends in what type of situation, who I'm talking to, and is it professional or is it personal? Because sometimes I do like the story, but it's certain things I do like the story on. Like when it be like mess and random fun, like it has to be an entertaining story where, like in my personal life, I think I do like the story. Mm-hmm. But then I don't like, it's the way you can tell a story that will have me like in my head like, okay, all right, okay, where's the end? But I know for real in my professional life, I don't like pointless conversations. Like, I'm taking Friday. I'm doing half a day on Friday. The thing about people at work, they always want to know your damn business. I'm a person, I don't care what y'all niggas do on the weekend. I only ask if somebody asks me what I did. And sometimes I just say what I did and never reciprocate the question. Like, yeah. I know I do that. Or like people ask me something. Oh, how was your day? Oh, it's going good. I won't ask them how their day was because in the back of my mind, I really don't give a shit. So I'm not going to waste my time or yours to ask you how your day's going. Which I know is bad. So I've been working on reciprocating because I don't like that dumbass small talk. So, and the thing is, so I went to my boss and I was like, so I need to do half a day on Friday. So I'm just, instead of using my time, I'm just going to work an extra hour Monday through Thursday and it'll balance it out. And he said, okay, but the way he said it, he was waiting to know why. And people do that. People always, even though they can't ask you why, people always still want to know why you need to leave early, why you're going to be, where you going if you're going on vacation. I'm just not that person. I don't care where you're going on vacation. That's not my goddamn business. Like, you going on vacation, great, have a great vacation. I'm not going to be like, oh, where you going? You're not my friend. I don't care where you're going. That's me, though. So it was funny because I knew he paused for me to further explain what I was doing on Friday, but I waited and I was like, all right, well, I'll see you later. He's like, all right. And the funny part is, as I walked away, I knew he wanted the why. And sometimes I don't be understanding why people need the why.
Well, I guess as a boss, that when I get people in my servers or when somebody comes to ask me for time off or something like that, I say why? Because, well, and I get like the job is different because like,
yeah, you can ask that's why.
But I mean, I don't know. I
like you can't. But I guess, I mean, that's because the jobs are different. But if somebody has the time, you can't ask them why they leaving, because I really could be having somebody working on my coochie and don't want to tell you. You can't. You genuinely. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like HR, you can't be like, well, why do you need off? In case it's something ridiculous, like I needed every Friday off for the past like month or two. Then they could be like, okay, can we have a conversation on why you need? That's different. But me just not even requesting, me telling you I'm gonna be off. You can't ask a person why they need off. That'll violate HR. They can't do that shit. Why? Off, especially when I have the time, because the reality is I have the time to take it off. You can't ask me why I need off if I'm using my time. So,
right.
but the thing is, the conversation part of it all is people just want to know why, and I get that part. People at work are just nosy in general, and people like the small talk, and people, and I get that part. I have a girl at work who went on vacation. When she said she was going on vacation, I just said, "Oh, okay." When everybody else found out she was on vacation, I overheard them talking like, "Oh, so where are you going? What are you doing?" And people just want to know, and I know it's not them being. It's half being nosy, but have small talk too. So that is like my goal, to engage in the small talk that I actually cannot stand, because I just don't be seeing a point a lot of times. Like, I'll talk to you, but I don't get into the rah-rah of it all. That's just never been my thing. I'm a person who don't eat lunch in the break room. I say, hey, I talk when I talk, and I kind of keep to myself because I don't like office politics. So I stay fairly far away from it. Like, people in my job probably think I'm quiet, which is, everybody knows I'm definitely not quiet. But yeah, so that is like the goal, because that shit was so funny, because his eyes got a big like, oh, so you need off, like, he wanted to say why so bad. I'm just looking at him like, okay, well, we'll see you later. He's like, all right, well, have a good day, Anthony. It's like, all right, you have a good day as well. And I knew it. That's even when I walked out the office. I was like, I could have just told him. I didn't.
Why you need off for? What you need?
I didn't have to not tell him. That was just me not telling, just not to tell. Whatever, I could have told. But I knew it.
I mean, I don't know.
He was all bushy-eyed, like, what you need all for, girl? It's like, okay, well, I'll see you later.
Well, actually, no. My people will tell me, well, I need
But
off
working in that type of industry is a bit different.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That, you can't just, if somebody, like, I think, because you get, like, wellness hours, where we can take it off and go get your pap smear. You can't be asking me, well, why you need off? I need to get a pap smear. What? You don't tell, nah. I wouldn't tell. That, even, they don't have that. That's, nah. And HR stay coming down trying to give us meetings. I wouldn't play with them. They stay giving us meetings with. Bless to y'all raunchy people. We just did a meeting about, like, basically LGBTQ and trans people, essentially, because they're like, if you see someone in the bathroom that doesn't necessarily look like a woman, what would you do? And I was like, wash my hands and mind my business. And then everybody else was like they had these other opinions. She was like, I mean, that was very blunt the way you said it, but honestly, if you guys feel uncomfortable with someone in the women's restroom, you just have to leave. You can't say anything, because that's where they might feel comfortable at. I'm just in this HR meeting like, yo, the world is funny.
It's wild out here. It's
like,
wild
that ain't them HR meetings be having me. I love HR meetings. They be having me dying. But yeah, so that is my goal to
for 2020.
Yeah, because it's about 2 to 3 specific people that I talk to a lot or have to be around, and I know when they talking to me, sometimes I like start talking to myself as they're talking to me. So the goal is to be more patient, even if I think it's ridiculous or stupid. And that's fine. And to also give fun facts that I think are pointless, but I know the people around me like. Like, I know, luckily my boss is down home from Oklahoma. He don't really care about shit. But one of the guys they just promoted, he's one who cares about everything, and in a very genuine way. So my goal, and even today, he was talking to me about something. He was like, oh, and he's a person who asks about everything. Oh, those payment papers on your desk? And it's like, why are you here? Why are you way over here on my desk? That's the first question. Second, yes, they are, but what does that have to do with you? That's not your fucking job. So it is. Now, what? What happens? Today, I was just like, oh, yeah, you know what? They are. And I answered it just like that with a happy, chirping voice. Oh, yeah, they are. He was like, oh, okay, yeah. Nothing else. Why did you need to know that? Or he's the type that sends an email and comes to you. Hey, I just sent you an email. The notification told me, buddy.
Thank you.
That notification.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you for doubling back after that notification, buddy. Because you know what's going to fail? Microsoft Office. Thank you. Because you never know with Microsoft Office. I might not get it. Like, so coming in, and the patience of that is about to be, that's my trying time. But
Amen.
like I said today, when he asked about them papers, you know what? Yes, it is. It
Amen.
is. He was like, oh, okay. Nothing else. Not a follow-up, nothing. I'm like, you didn't even know that. And after I answered, he didn't follow up. I was like, you didn't need to know that shit. But I answered with a chipper attitude, and the goal is to continue to do that. Because usually sometimes I have my headphones in and don't answer as if I'm listening to something, and I'm not. And then he'll be like, oh, she must be listening to me.
Yeah.
They're just in my ear for moments like this. But that is my 2020 goal, because I just, some of y'all conversations be
Blessing.
interesting.
I think mine would be so I've been kind of butting heads with the owner of the restaurant, and we've been butting heads on a lot of stuff, and the whole month of January we've been beefing. And then I would say even though it was last Saturday, I came to a breaking point and I lost my shit, and I cussed him out. Cussed him out. I cussed everybody out. And I realized that I've been holding back a lot of stuff. And for me, like, I feel like I don't say enough to assert myself or to assert, my opinion or how I feel. And I don't set that boundary. And I think for this year, my goal is to really set my boundaries and stick to them. And even if I have to kind of go berserk on people, that's just what it calls for. Because after we had this conversation and I went apeshit on him, it was just kind of like business as usual. Like, hey, how's your day going? You doing okay today? Are you all right? And I realized, like, wow, sometimes people just need to be cussed the fuck out. For that, like, wow, okay.
Or we could find other ways to deal with situations without cussing people the F out.
But see, and that is very true. But I think with certain personalities, this has kind of been like a long time coming, because I've said stuff and I've mentioned things and I've suggested things, and I've always been kind of like dismissed or brushed aside. And it got to the point to where, it really started to the point to where I almost quit. And I told him, I'm like, look, man, at the end of the day, I can find another job. It's just started to get to the point to where I'm working with people that I really like. Like, I'm working with, nonprofits, and I enjoy that. I enjoy working with community. I enjoy that element of the business. But like everything else, like, no, fuck that shit. Like, I'm not anybody's rag doll. You're not finna fucking make me feel like I'm a bad person because I have boundaries. And that's kind of what January was for me. It was just like a constant fighting of like, no, this is my boundary. You cannot fucking cross it. And I'm trying to be polite and politically correct, and he's my boss and I can't talk to him like that. But then I literally blew up, and he was just like, can I even get a word in? I said, no you fucking can't. No, you can't, because I've been holding this shit in, and it's coming out how the fuck it's coming out, and I'm sorry, but I am not sorry. And so yeah, like, that kind of really just put me in a headspace of like, I really have to say how I feel and tell people no when I mean no. Even like with business, like like, people will take advantage of you if you do not tell them, hey, I'm not doing that because I'm not getting paid for that. Or like, we never discussed that part. Like, they will try to. I've had an issue where a person paid for a service and they came back and was like, hey, can I get this? And, you know, I'm just kind of like, the first part of me was like, okay. And then when I thought about it, I'm like, why the fuck did I say okay?
I don't play about that.
Like, why the fuck did I say that? Like, knowing good and well, I went back and I looked at the invoice and I was like, this is what the invoice was for. I gave you exactly what the invoice stated. You paid and now you're asking me for more? Oh my God. So, you know, I had spoke with one of my mentors and he was just like, you know, well, if you told him you would do it, just do it. But just next time, you have to be firm in that shit. And I think a lot of times my problem is I know I'm nice. I know I'm too nice. But I also know that I can be very, very mean. So I have to learn how to find the balance in between those two, because there's definitely a gap. And I don't want to be that person that's difficult to work with. But I also don't want to be that person that feels like that people feel like I'm a pushover. Because I'm not. Because once I get to that point, I know how I am. But I think that just with these particular situations that's been happening, I know that for me personally, I have to set boundaries with people.
Yeah, because you cussing out your boss, understand that environment's not like a normal environment, but that you're going to have to find another way. Because dealing with asshole bosses is the thing. Like, that's everywhere. That's not... Yeah, you can't cuss your job. You can't cuss no boss out.
And granted,
with the exception of, like, where you working at. Because I've worked in places like that, and I've cussed out bosses as well. But I wouldn't dare do it now.
Granted, the fact that we have... and the reason why I speak so freely to him is because beside the restaurant, we actually have a friendship. So I'm comfortable with speaking my mind, however it comes out to him, because we have a friendship besides the restaurant. I've known him prior to the restaurant, so it's not anything like it's a stranger. But because we have this friendship, I'm able to talk to him in a way that, like, and it's not on a level of like I'm like talking down on him. I'm frustrated, I'm pissed, I'm cussing, I'm stomping my feet, like I'm yelling, and I'm not sorry about that. Like, I'm at the point to where, you know, people have to be held accountable for their actions. If you're going to hold me accountable for my actions, you have to be accountable for yours. I don't mind being held accountable for my shit. I know I fuck up. I'm not perfect. I slack off. I procrastinate. I'm not perfect. So when people tell me about myself, I don't necessarily take offense to that because I know what I do. But when other people don't take accountability for their actions and you expect me to just take the burden of the issue, I'm not going to do that. So definitely speaking up more and saying no more and creating very, very strong boundaries is my 2020 goal, because I realized that that's across the board. Relationships, friendships, business relationships, I've not created boundaries, and I'm having to deal with a lot of shit that I feel I don't have to do. So now I'm saying no, I don't want to deal with that shit or whatever the fuck. So that's kind of that's my 2020.
Backing the fuck away from people. That is my 2020. I think I said that on the last podcast. My 2020, disrespecting my time and my money is top tier for me. Yeah. And I'm not dealing with neither. You call yourself, I'm always late. Well, consider yourself off my invite list. Because I don't like that. Like, I get certain people be late here and there, but that always being late shit, no. That knowing you can't do something and wait till the last minute to tell me pissed me off. I was already last week about something. Like, wait, what? So, but you knew this already. And now I'm just figuring it. Now you're just telling me.
Yeah.
That almost had me cussing somebody out last week, and I had to literally put my phone down and let them live because they was, oh God, they was about to sit on the other side. Because that really drove me up the wall. I don't like stuff like that. And disrespect my money is top tier for me as well.
Yeah.
So I think everybody should pour into people the way they pour into you. As my mama say, sowing to people, because my mama got mad at me. And she was like, my mama told me she's about to start sowing into people that sow back to her. She did. And I mean, and essentially I had just had that conversation about feeling disrespected. And that is true. You should... Everybody's love is different, hence why everybody has love languages. We all know mine's personally. But even though people don't love the same, you can love equally. And once you figure out how people are, there is a definite balance to it. I have a friend who, like, I blew my power out because my goal was to cook as well. Some type of my stove I blew.
Why'd you?
Well... I was minding my business. It's fixed now. So, y'all, my goal is to cook more because I tend to eat out a lot. So, it's something had been wrong with my front right burner for a minute to where sometimes I'll cut it on and it wouldn't start. So, I'll, like, click it. Like, I'll push it a little bit because I guess it's not all the way in or something's not connecting and then it'll cut on. So, this day, I was like, oh, it's not on. Cool, I'm going to click it. So, I had a little spatula in my hand. I said, click. I seen a big ass spark come up, and then all I heard was boom, and all my lights went out. So now I'm just sitting in the dark, and it's cold outside.
You know what I thought? I didn't know it was from you. I thought like one of your, those power things.
No, it was me. I called. So I went to see if I knocked anybody else's power out. So now, I went, like, I know you go to the thingy where you flip the switch. Power surge. You flip, and I know that part. So I flipped the switches, nothing happened. So I'm like, shit. So I'm like, well, let me give it 30 minutes. I switched the flips again. It didn't cut on. So meantime, I'm on Facebook telling people how I don't have no power and I'm going through a lot.
Yes, you kept tagging your apartment
because I was pissed off. So I'm telling So my apartment complex is it's supposed to have 24-hour maintenance. So I'm calling. Ain't nobody calling me back. So I called my homegirl. She works down the street from me. And I was like, are you still at work by any chance? And she was like, yeah. I'm like, well, I need to come to your house. Actually, this is the night I got on live, y'all. This is when y'all met my friend Marquita. So she comes and picks me up. And let me tell y'all something. I be sleep early. Like early. If I'm home and I've eaten and I've taken a shower, count me out for the night because I'm going to bed. Like, I literally fall asleep at like 7:45, 8:15. Like, I don't even play. So she's getting off work at like 8:39. I'm like, what type of late night shit is this? Like, it's midnight in my... This is what? You just getting off work? I would be 4 hours into sleep at this point.
I'm in my room.
Right. Like, I'm in the middle of sleep. So she comes and she picks me up. And so she comes in and it's raining too this night as well. So now she's trying to fix it. She can't fix it. I'm like, you know what, F it. And plus this sorry ass complex and call me back. So as I keep calling, I'm getting more irate. So my messages are going like down and down and down and down. So eventually we get to her house. Hysterical. And so she comes with like shots and stuff. And I think that's when my nose was, I was on live. My nose ring had got infected. So I had this big ass Band-Aid on my nose, my glasses, and like all you see is her shoving shots in my face. And I'm yelling, it's a school night. I don't do this on a school night. Because who takes like 100 shots on a school night? Whatever. So long story short, go to bed, wake up, go to work. I called my apartment complex. I'm still heated. So it's like they open at 9 o'clock. I called them at 9 o'clock, 30 seconds. I'm on the phone like, I really like y'all, but y'all really tried my life last night. And I'm going off. So she was like, so apologetic. She's like, I'm going to send somebody right now. No, she said, I'll send somebody when they come in. I said, so the shit's not 24 hours because I'm irate. They come, they fix it. They call me back, and he's like, every light in your house was on. Because, when your lights be off, you start flicking on stuff like something gonna come on. So by that time, I had clicked on everything in my house. The TV was on, everything. Both TVs on, all lights on, washer. I had clothes drying, clothes washing, and dishes in the dishwasher. Like, I'm full effect electricity that night. So he calls me. So he's telling me everything's working. He was like, yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm looking at his cell phone. He called you 12 times. And he said he couldn't get you. I'm like, he a liar. He didn't call me 12 times. And so the guy screenshot it. He sends it to me. And I'm like, oh, he did call me 12 times. I'm like, well, what the fuck? So I hit my homegirl up and she was like, you know what? To be honest with you, last night when I called you, it wouldn't connect. And I'm like, huh? Come to find out, I was going through my settings on my cell phone. I put do not disturb only to favorites. The only favorite I have is my mama. So essentially the only person who could have called me was my mama. So yes, they did call me back 12 times. There is 24-hour maintenance. It was me who stopped
You're the problem. You're the problem.
Essentially, I was the problem. Sometimes you gotta.
You're the problem.
So I was getting ready to delete all the stuff I said bad about them on Facebook because I did tag them. But then my friends jumped in and started tagging them too. Like, you fixed my friend electricity. So I thought I was gonna get kicked out the complex because
you're a troublemaker.
Clearly, I incited a riot.
You're a
I incited a riot. So shout out to where I stay at. They were wonderful. Thank you guys at the front office. You guys are great. But that was like
God, yes, that was a besiegement of Facebook.
That was pissed. But the girl who picked me up is like a person that I guess the original part of this was you have to start like, I'm going to start giving people what they give me. And I understand people have different types of the way they show their appreciation. Like, she's the type of person that really, at the end of the day, if she needed to come pick me up from Kalamazoo, get me from Kalamazoo. That's how she operates. If I was on the side of the road right now, she would get up out of her bed and come pick me up from the side of the road. She has before, actually. Multiple times back when I was partying hard. So, and I know what type of friend I am and what I give. And I know how my other friends are. So that is what I'm not accepting no more, no less from those people, and I'm gonna try to give my love and my reciprocation and my appreciation back accordingly. And I've checked myself because I think maybe a couple of years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, I realized that I was being a terrible ass friend to people because I knew people wanted me at their function. Like, people kind of want me at their function because I could take the function up if I want to. I can make this shit extra fun. And I realized, like, on the flip side, like a kind of careless and terrible friend. So I made a point over the years to make sure I'm there for my friends to the best of my ability. And no, I'm a type of friend who's not going to show up to all your functions. That's just the truth. I'm not going to show up to every baby shower.
Here, honey.
I'm not going to show up to every guy. I mean, there's some people who throw parties every 5 seconds for bullshit because they always want to get themselves a pat on the back. Hey, pat yourself on the back, sis. I'm not going to show up to all your shit. But I'm a friend that if somebody in your family passed away, you want somebody to ride around the city with you and just listen to music, I'm that friend. I'm a friend that, if something go down and you need some investigative skills to pop out, I'm that friend. And I'm a friend who doesn't judge. So a lot of people come to me and tell me they stuff. And I'm a friend to crack jokes about a whole bunch of stuff. So in short, I'm just going to try to make sure I reciprocate and give as much as people are giving to me. As my mama says, sow into the people that sows into you. And she was actually using that against me when she said. So
no, I agree.
I'm going to sow into people as they sow into me.
I went on a date with this guy and he was cool guy. He rode motorcycle. He rides motorcycles and
stop. Drop.
But those are bikes. He wears like Harley Davidsons.
Oh, he like my granddaddy.
He was like bikers club type shit. But anyways, I told him, I was just like, I match energy. So whatever you give me, I'm going to give you back. So if you're saying you want X, okay, I'm going to see it and then I'm going to match it. But if I'm seeing something different, then I'm going to match whatever you give me. That's what I'm going to give you. So turns out he thought I was joking. And again, setting that boundary. And I was just like, because he was just like, well, I guess I'm just not going to hear from you if I don't text you. I said, no, sir. You are clearly showing me the energy that you're giving me. I'm responding to. So I don't know what you want me to do. Because I'm not going to go above and beyond. I'm not tap dancing for no man. I've been a white woman for 11 years. I've been a white woman for 11 years.
That damn company without me. Hell, I worked my ass off. I got a master's degree in business, and there was his secretary, his office manager, his personal builder.
Get your shit! Get your shit! Get your shit and get out.
Making my kids go to a school with only 2 other black children.
732.
The number of times they made love. I remember when that bastard told me he was starting right after 51. Damn, that Bernadine really went through a lot. Like,
She went through it.
He really left her for that white woman like that.
New Year's Eve.
It's a bitch that keeps your books, isn't it? And you picked the night to flaunt your whore in front of all your business partners and your friends.
She was brushing that hair.
What are they supposed to think, John? The truth. Finally, the truth. I'm leaving you
For a white woman.
I just can't. That bitch grew her hair out like that for that nigga.
Anyways, I'm nobody's white woman, okay?
Wow.
I'm not tap dancing for no man. And but the energy that you give me is what I'm giving you. And if it's chaotic, if it's negative, if it's narcissistic and manipulative, you're actually not going to even get a response from me.
I know there are no guarantees in love to take your chances.
Yes,
Somehow it seems unfair to me
to
work out the circumstances. Through sickness and health, to death do us part. Those were the words that we said from our heart. And now when you say that you're leaving me,
wow. I don't get that part.
Shit.
Or was your lover and your secretary? I don't get that part.
He really left that lady like that. I'm listening to your story, but like every blue moon, I really think about Wayne Texel and how that nigga really left that lady like that after 11 years.
But nonetheless, I'm not tap dancing for no nigga in 2020. So the energy you give me, that's the energy I give you. Baby, if you want to call me one time, you want to text one time what you doing and don't respond, baby, I'm going to text you back. I'm good. I'm chilling. And then I'm not going to respond back to you till the next day. If you want to say good morning, princess, cool. I'm going to say good morning, king. And then you don't respond back. I'm not responding back neither. Baby, trust me.
That's not how we doing, baby.
Baby, what it do, baby? I'm matching energy. 2020, baby.
Yeah,
2020, matching energy.
People are interesting.
People are.
I'm matching energy. I'm also giving myself time to learn how you give, how you love. Because everybody has different standards and the thing I think people should be okay with knowing that certain people's love just isn't conducive to yours, and that goes with friendships as well. Certain people's friendship doesn't go with your type of friendship, so y'all don't have to be enemies. Y'all just can't be friends. It's plenty of people I've met and I started growing friendships with, and halfway through it realized that this ain't a friendship I know. We wouldn't be friends if we were friends.
Yeah.
We're better off as associates and people who can kick you here and there. We can't be friends because it ain't gonna work. And that's okay. And I feel the same way about relationships of all kinds. Sometimes it's just best to keep people at certain levels for the sanity of everything.
I agree.
And that's okay.
And that is quite all right.
No beef behind it. It's no FL or I hate that nigga. It's
peace.
Self-preserving to be like,
be at
we
peace.
don't make good friends. Cool. And that's fine.
Yeah.
We're not going to make people who can talk every day.
Yeah.
Okay,
cool. That's okay. Because honestly, we're at an age where like we don't have to pretend to be friends with somebody. It's not beneficial for me to be a friend to somebody that is not a good friend to me. And
or the friend a friend like you need, because
or a friend that I need,
because like, a lot of people are good friends, they're just not good friends for you.
Yeah, and and granted, like I look at that as well, because everybody use that's my friend, but I'm the type of friend where like I'm not gonna be there for you all at every function. I will be there when it's truly important. I'm definitely supportive at a distance because I don't like to be around a lot of things and a lot of people. I don't. And even with like my best friend, there's a lot of things that she does that I cannot be there for. But she knows she can call me and be like, hey, can you come with me to San Antonio? And this is really a true story. She called me and was just like, hey, can you come with me to San Antonio? But you're going to have to leave Saturday night. No problem. I left Saturday night, got in at 4 o'clock in the morning, and drove to San Antonio with her just to watch her daughter play volleyball. And then we drove back to Corpus and fell asleep, woke up the next morning, came back to Houston. Like when you truly need it, I will be there. But just for frivolous things, just because you want to have a birthday every day for the month, I'm not going to be there. I'm sorry. I'm not that friend. Like I'm
don't. Well, you never listen. If that birthday week, let me tell you something.
If you're celebrating a birthday,
I'm gonna let you know now. If your birthday,
you want to go out every night.
Nope,
I'm not gonna be there.
Your birthday literally has to be out of town for me to. And even when we go out of town, I almost still won't come to all your events, and we out of town together. Listen, and so you damn sure if we live in the same city, you talk about Friday happy hour, Friday dinner, Friday club, Saturday brunch, Saturday day party. I can't. Saturday, get your nails done, get our hair done.
Pick one.
Sunday brunch. Sunday the brunch that's supposed to turn down because that's the end of the birthday weekend. But anybody who ever brunched with me and anybody who's ever brunched in Houston, I ain't never seen nobody go home at 1, 2 o'clock anyway. So bitch,
tell me what's most important to you?
No, ma'am.
Tell me what is the.
Don't even tell me what's more important to you. I'm not coming to the happy hour. Tell me the event that has the fucking cake. That's the event I'm coming to. The one with the cake. And that's usually the night dinner. Friday night happy hour, Friday night in the club to turn up, just go to brunch on Saturday, to hang out by the pool Saturday during the day, to all get dressed at your house to go to dinner, to all still have to go to the club again, and to all show up on Sunday from brunch again. You got me fucked up. You will see me the day the cake is due or one of the brunches, because I do like a good brunch. So you either got a brunch out of me or you got the dinner out of me. You picking one, bitch. But one thing about Ebony Natoya Daniel is I'll cash up your ass some shit. I'm good. I'm good to get you a drink too. I'm good, but like what?
That is hysterical.
So no, get your life.
Motherfuckers love to have a weekend.
Now that we're talking about birthdays, you know what too I do not like? When you're young, no, for real, I think about this shit all the time because every time I've had an adult birthday party, I paid for it myself. When you get grown, when you're little, your parents throw your party. They invite their friends. Your parents take the budget. Your parents got to buy the cake. They got to buy the food. They got to buy the stuff. The second you get older, all of a sudden, we paying for your party. Why am I paying for your party? Like, it ain't my birthday. Like, I do not get it. Yeah. So don't be inviting me to shit. Oh, yeah, we going to go to the skating ring. But everybody got to pay $25.
Yeah.
No. When I was a kid, I didn't have to pay $25 to go to somebody's birthday party. I'm not paying $25 as an adult to go to your birthday party.
That's facts.
When I threw my laser party, I paid for everybody to do their laser tag. Every time I've thrown any type of party, I took the majority. And only I went to do a cooking class for my birthday last year. That shit was just high as hell, and I couldn't pay for everybody to go, so I decided to cancel the shit. So no, ma'am. Like, I'm not coming to your birthday party in the city we live with and paying $50 to go to look at, I don't know, stars. Like, I'm not, no, leave me alone. And then that's one event out of the 12. Get the fuck on.
One event out of 12?
Right. It would be different if that was just the event. No, it's 1 out of 12. You kick fucking rocks. I want to go paintballing one year, but I realized I couldn't invite as many people as I wanted. So guess what? I didn't go paintballing. Last year, somebody threw me a party, had my birthday thing in Tampa. Guess what? They paid for my friends to fly to Tampa. You see how that works? Even though I didn't take the brunt of it, they didn't pay for the flight. Shit. Or the cake. Or the food. That is how you do. No, that's weird. I don't like when people do that dumb shit. That shit weird, man. 10 events. Bitch, and you turn into number 2. 31. Bitch, nobody cares about 31.
That is hysterical. But that's how people be doing you, man. Be giving you a whole lineup. This is a lineup.
Nah, and let me tell you something. I'm a friend too. Get married, get pregnant, and move into a house all in the same year. For sure. You're not clearing out my account.
Listen, and I hate to say it, like, okay, so my cousin is getting married, okay? And sometimes I don't know how to feel about it, but my younger cousin is getting married. I know her mother doesn't like me, which is my aunt. She doesn't like me. So, one, I know they're not going to have alcohol at their wedding. Two, she invited me to be a bridesmaid.
Now you wrong, because you be everybody bridesmaid. You might as well buckle this one up.
No. But she invited me to be a bridesmaid after the bulk of her party canceled.
Oh, why they canceled on her?
Because there's no alcohol at her wedding.
Oh, they ain't got to be terrible people. I understand non-alcoholic weddings are boring, but be the girl bridesmaid. Do like a normal bitch and bring a flask. Duh.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just have a really bad feeling. My mom doesn't want to go. I don't know, man. And then it's not like, again, you know that I've been in weddings before, right? And most of the brides are like, okay, this is what we're doing, X, Y, and Z. I've got none of that. And then...
niggas.
And then she wanted her bridal shower or her bachelorette party at Six Flags.
That might be cute.
In February?
Is it cold?
Yes.
Where she live at?
Austin.
But Austin might be like Houston. Houston was just 70 degrees yesterday.
She wants to go to San Antonio to go to Six Flags. I said, sweetie.
It's her bachelorette party. I think it's something innocent about that. I mean, mine wouldn't be there. Mine's going to be in Vegas, and I want midget strippers and snakes and dicks and titties.
I want dicks in my mouth. I want titties in my face.
I want midgets. I want snakes. I want a unicorn. Oh, not midgets. Lord Jesus, forgive me. Little people. Snakes. I want a penis. I want Janet Jackson playing in the background. I want to hear some Trick Daddy.
But that's live.
I want to wake up and be like, what the hell happened? Because my bachelorette party can't be the night before my wedding. I'm going to make it to my wedding. I want my shit to be so rough that like a week later, I'm like, woo, just came back. But
like, again, I've been involved with a lot of weddings. And to me, I said I feel kind of like, that ugly duckling, and it was like, oh, yeah, well, can you be a bridesmaid?
Well, hell, you been everybody else bridesmaid. I can see how she asked you as an afterthought. You probably got her dressed
an afterthought? I don't want to be a fucking afterthought. I was never an afterthought in any of my friends' weddings.
You probably got a dress that she already gonna choose in your closet now. As many weddings as you've been in.
I actually got rid of them when I moved.
Oh, wow.
I only kept one, which was my best friend's one, because...
That's sad. I pictured you as 27 dresses.
No, I got rid of all of them.
Well, that's good.
God bless the dumpster, whoever found them in the dumpster.
You should have gave that to Goodwill. You got to be ashamed of yourself.
Well, I put them in the little thing.
You should have gave them to Goodwill. Girls looking for prom dresses all the time.
Yeah, I threw them away.
That's terrible.
I threw everything away.
That's terrible.
What are you going to do?
Give it to Goodwill.
But I put them in the little box.
You could have just gave it to Goodwill. It's like a Goodwill on every block.
I put it in the box. The box. The
clothing box. Oh, then you did throw it away.
Well, I threw it in the box. In the Goodwill box.
I think they take those. So you did throw it away. I thought you threw it in like a dumpster. If you threw it in a box, I think they do something with those. I would assume. So. I would assume. But knowing people, they're trash.
But you know what? I actually was riding by one the other day, and I saw somebody like with their feet out.
Oh, that's sad. That's good.
Well, I mean, it's not. I'm not laughing at that, but I just saw the feet.
I feel it. Get your shit, sis.
The feet was kicking, like dangling out of the box.
Get your shit, sis.
They were getting. It was funny, but nonetheless, I don't know. Like, I don't know where that story was going, but.
I don't even know where we're at. I'm so low key thinking about Bernadine, really in my head, like, wow. Because I know that happened to somebody for real. In my head, I'm like,
tough.
Somebody.
I would feel sick to my stomach.
I really would. You know what I was thinking about too? Oh, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Kobe being Bryant. I was thinking about.
I don't even want to talk. I can't even talk about that.
I was thinking. I don't know. Right when, like, a couple hours after I literally cried behind Kobe, I was thinking about how Unbreak My Heart is going to hit so different from Vanessa, because I had watched the video randomly like the week before, and it always is intriguing to me that when I first heard Unbreak My Heart as a kid, I thought like he just broke up with her, and then I finally seen the video and he actually dies. And it's like, and when I seen that, Unbreak My Heart lyrics took on a whole nother new life. Like I can see how it ended up being number one for 11 weeks, because that video coupled with that song, it's just like, oh, y'all just didn't break up.
Yeah.
He really unbreak my heart. Yeah. And I was thinking about that with Vanessa. So rest in peace.
Kobe Bryant. So I was driving back from San Antonio with my best friend, and I was in the backseat of her truck, and she was just like, Kobe Bryant died. Or no, she said, Kobe died. She said, Aya, Kobe died. And I popped up because her baby was crying. And I was like, what? And she said, Kobe died. I said, Kobe who? And she said, Kobe. And I'm like,
Kobe.
And I was just like, Kobe Bryant? And she said, yes. But she was driving. And she's like, girl, I can't fucking. And she's like, girl, I can't fucking text and pay attention to shit at the same time. Figure it out. Go look it up. So I'm like, oh my God. So I'm looking it up. Girl, I was devastated.
I called Christy. Christy actually was about to tape We the Viewers. And so the last article I read was how LeBron broke his scoring record.
And Kobe was there.
And I read that. And maybe like a couple of hours later, I'm back on Twitter and I see R.I.P. Kobe. So naturally, I'm thinking they're saying R.I.P. Kobe, meaning R.I.P. his scoring record. Mm-hmm. So I didn't think nothing of it. I didn't click on it. I didn't think nothing of it. Because I'm like, what is so dramatic? Like, okay, his record gonna get beat at some point. Like, that's so dramatic. And then maybe it was like a few minutes later, I realized that he had passed. And I hit Christy up. I'm like, Kobe Bryant died? And I said it in a question way, but I was really telling her, but kind of hoping she'd be like, nah, they said he didn't. And she was like, what? And she kind of got an attitude with me and got off the phone real quick. But then we ended up talking again because she was just like, y'all kind of was mad that you told me Kobe died. I was like, no, I get it. I was mad when my mama told me like Aaliyah died. Like I got pissed. I was like, so I looked it up and
that's hurtful.
That whole family, that's just, that family, the families involved, I can't name all of them. I can't remember all their names, but it was a mom, a dad, and a daughter, another mom and daughter, a wife, and the pilot. The odd part about Kobe was I didn't think you grow up and people are a part of your life and you don't realize they are a part of your life. And the thing is, before Kobe was in the NBA, I was obsessed with Brandy Norwood. I was obsessed with Moesha. I was obsessed with Barbie. I was obsessed with CoverGirl. I was obsessed with Cinderella. I was obsessed with Double Platinum. I was obsessed with Brandy Norwood, and Never Say Never was my joint and still is. I actually still have 2 Never Say Never CDs right now. So I knew he took her to prom, and I remember it was like the jet photo of the week, and I'm like, who was this guy? He was super cute, and I was like, oh my God, look at him, he's playing basketball, look at Brandy, go Brandy, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like the first, I was a huge like Magic fan, because Magic was knocking bitches out when I was a kid, and I had my starter Orlando Magic jacket and the whole 9. But Kobe was the first person I watched get drafted into the NBA, and there was an era where I was an NBA head. My favorite team was the Sacramento Kings. I was obsessed with Chris Webber, and Mike Bibby was their point guard. Kobe smashed them every time. So I had like a love-hate relationship with him because he always beat my teams. He beat the Magic, then he stole Shaq in my mind. Like he stole Shaq from the Magic, and now Shaq's on the Lakers. And then he always beat Iverson. I used to love me some Allen Iverson. I actually had the AI.
Fucking love Allen Iverson.
I had the AI sneakers with my fat shoelaces. I was with it. And so my little brother had braids, and Kobe was like killing everybody. So it's like this love-hate relationship, because like, damn, why he's so good? He keep killing all my teams. And so you follow a person inadvertently over the years, even after I stopped being such a huge basketball fanatic. He still always was in the background in commercials doing stuff. And so you see people like that, and to have somebody die so tragically on their second wind, because the reality is he devoted so much of his life to basketball. This was like his first time when he was home all year and shit, where he got to like be with his kids all the time. They probably was just finding a balance in their marriage because he spent so much time away that then you have to kind of go back into learning each other because now we're seeing each other every day versus all the stuff that you're doing and being gone majority of the year for the game you love and the game you're really good at. So it was just... Man, that one, I ain't gonna lie, that one kind of, winded me. And winded us to the point where Chris was like, well, do you still want to tape the show? And I'm like, yeah, we still can tape. And then, like, we stayed on the phone for a few more minutes. And then we kind of just agreed, like, nah, we can't tape today. Because really, I just wanted to go take a nap.
Yeah, the energy was low that day. Like,
I didn't have it in me.
That Sunday was, I just kept thinking about Vanessa and, like, damn, she lost her husband. And then what made it worse is the news, the second wind of the news came out that the daughter was on there too.
And honestly, TMZ is still a piece of shit though. Harvey can go out and say he got it cleared. No parts of me think that information was cleared. I don't like the way y'all deliver people news. And this idea of just needing to know stuff so fast that y'all put out any reports has to be the most damning thing. Because it went from Kobe dying to Kobe and Rick Fox dying, who Rick Fox along with Chris Webber was one of my first NBA crushes. Shout out to Vanessa Williams. But y'all said that Rick Fox died. Then y'all said all 4 of his kids was on it. And all these stories came out to the point where I just straight up just got offline and said I was going to wait till everything mellows out and then figure out what happened, because how y'all had Rick Fox come, y'all had people calling Rick Fox's phone crying thinking he was dead. Like, why would y'all do that to his kids? Why would y'all do that to his friends? Kobe was enough already, and then you say all 4 of his kids. So now I'm sitting here like, damn, this lady lost her whole family. Ain't that about a bitch? And then it comes out that it's not. So like, I don't know, the way we consume news. But it can't be stopped. But it's gonna be. Always gonna be.
That's the culture. But then, and it's the unfortunate part of like social media and the consumption of like this need to know about celebrities, and I gotta know about a celebrity, and I gotta know what's happening, and all that shit is it's the result of this consumption of needing to know.
It's everybody's fault. I
can't blame TMZ.
I don't blame TMZ. I blame the first responders though. Y'all had first responders, police officers, nurses, doctors. Y'all gotta stop giving out this information.
Honestly, like at the end of the day, like TMZ has a job to report the news. And unfortunately, it may not be in the way that is the most honorable, and it may not be in the way that it's most respectful. But this generation, this whole like celebrity news shit that people are so like obsessed with knowing what's going on with celebrities, it's partially our fault because of how we consume.
That's fine. However, first responders, doctors, nurses, people like that, y'all selling stories to TMZ, y'all are trash. Y'all should not be doing that.
Agreed.
First of all, HIPAA violations, y'all in hotels pulling footage. If you work at a hotel and you're a security guard, TMZ getting their information the regular way is fine, but your regular first responders going to stuff while people's bodies and limbs are laid out is just fucking respectful. I still get mad about Michael Jackson and that random ass nigga jumping on the ambulance and taking a picture of his lifeless body. Y'all have no care for people's family, no people's kids, no people's mothers, and that's the weird part.
They don't.
And TMZ has a job to do, but they made it their job to do it. They didn't have to do that job. They chose to do that job. TMZ is trash too. But the problem with TMZ and the Shade Room and everything else is, and even I can bring up the Tyler Perry movie, the idea of hate watching and not wanting to miss something. Just like everybody was so up in arms about this Tyler Perry movie, Fall from Grace. Tyler Perry had 26 million watch that movie in the first week. You know why 26 million watched that movie in the first week? Because a lot of y'all sat there to hate watch it just to talk about it. And see, that's the problem. Nobody knows negative from positive comments. Nobody knows Nobody knows negative from positive comments. They just see numbers and algorithms. So when y'all go on these sites and get upset because the shade room is posting some white girl or the shade room is posting people you quote unquote don't care about, and you say in the comment section, oh, why you posting them? Oh, I do not like them. Ooh. The algorithms and the way the shade room and TFZ make their money is not by your negative comments. It's by a comment. You see how that works?
Big facts.
When you don't like Kylie Kardashian or Jordan Woods or whoever you decide you don't like, when you go on their pages and say I don't like them, that's still money. That's still money in their pocket essentially, because they don't know negative from positive. They know when people don't F with them. That goes with everything.
Mm-hmm.
When you start messing with people money, that is the problem. So if you don't like quote unquote Jordan Woods, then no one comments under Jordan Woods. Guess what? They're not going to post Jordan Woods because she's not driving no revenue. She's not driving any streams. She's not driving any comments. She's not driving any likes. So it's just really a big, nasty circle of consumption. But I will never forgive first responders and doctors and people who are in these positions where they should have some tact and couth for selling stories to media outlets like that. That you a doctor, you a nurse. I don't like when I think somebody was in a hospital. This might have been when Nipsey passed. Mm-hmm. Some guy's aunt was a nurse and telling all this information. I don't like stuff like that because it's not your job to report the news. It's your job to save a fucking life.
No, but there was somebody that released the footage of Lauren London running into the hospital as you know, when all that was happening.
Some of this is just common decency.
But we don't have that in this generation.
I try not to do stuff I try not to do stuff that I don't want done to my family. I said this on Facebook the other day. I was on Facebook and somebody said something about my deceased cousin. He was murdered. And the guy was actually found not guilty for his murder, even though he did shoot him. And somebody made the comment to the murderer's baby mama, was like, I'm just so happy for you, girl. And I realized me and this girl follow each other. I had to politely take her off my page because I don't like that type of stuff. So I try to treat people's family, even if they are a celebrity, like I would want people to treat my family. And I don't know if you just a nurse. I don't know if you're a nurse or you're a doctor or you're somebody in some position. You telling stories at TMZ while somebody's on your gurney is really hella weird to me. It will always be weird to me. And you know, y'all need to stop learning how to hate watch stuff. It's a certain reason why I don't follow certain pages on Instagram, because I don't want to interact with stories I don't want to read. Period. So I'll look at the page and pick who I want to give my energy to, because I know the second you click on a page, it registers. How long you stay on the page registers. If you comment, if you like, it all registers. I said it doesn't know no negative, no positive. It just knows that somebody was on it, somebody liked it, somebody commented.
Facts.
But that's that on that. Just leave people alone. Leave Prince Harry and Meghan Markle alone. Just leave.
Yeah.
Let these people live.
You know, and honestly, like I've been watching a lot of documentaries about the British family and the way I can see the monarchy, and I can definitely see how he was just like, man, fuck this shit. I mean, because
he's always kind of been like that though. He's been a bit rogue.
So many documentaries about Princess Diana and about how they didn't like her and how Prince Charles was towards her, and as a child. To see, and I'm sure he probably has seen this, he's questioned this, and damn, really? Like, damn, grandma, you had the M16 off my mama? Because she was just trying to live her life? Wow.
I think Prince Harry made the perfect decision for his family.
Yes.
For the British people who swear they about to go broke, y'all must don't know how the world works. Their names, like, it's like, girl, if you don't throw Meghan Markle on a goddamn collar shirt and call it a day, like, do y'all really
and sell it for $10
and sell it for 40 or 50, 40 or 50, because she gonna be in an Ann Taylor or something like that. Like, y'all really just I'm happy they took a step back. I'm happy they said they don't want your money, because when I was reading a lot of y'all British tabloids over the last month, I realized earlier last month, I realized that y'all thought y'all owned them because they use taxpayers' money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very happy they decided not to use y'all money
I'm sure
directly.
He's probably been saving some money.
And then they got upset because his dad is going to help. And it's just like, well, don't your parents help
dad.
you?
Yeah, that's his dad.
I don't care if it's a taxpayer money, that's his daddy. But good luck to them. I really wish them well. I hope they get the peace of mind they want. And I don't care what people say. People want something until they get it. Stuff seems different when like fame is one of them things I think. People want fame because it seems fun to be loved and your art's out and appreciated and you're making money by doing these things that you love. It looks like a great time. All this, it looks fun. You get to travel the world. You get to go places. Your art and your work and your talent takes you places that you never, ever thought you could go. And I think it is very fun. And then I think it's another side where sometimes people get into and it was like, oh, I liked it better when I was doing XYZ. Let me take a step back. And I think people should be able to do that. I don't see a problem. Meghan thought she could, and maybe Meghan thought once she got married, y'all would lay off her fucking back. That's an option as well. Maybe she thought it would be different once she was actually in the family. And it didn't pan out that way for her. And she could take a step back. And I'm happy that her husband decided to take a step back with her. And when it's all said and done, he fit the line anyway. Who gives a fuck? Let him just go.
I honestly think that because of the history of that family, I don't know. Like, I think that she thought it was something. But then she realized, oh shit, because...
I think she thought it would get better when she got in it.
No, and there's no way she could have thought it got better.
No, because I think she would have, she still married him.
She married him on... I don't know.
I think, for me, I would think that, it was when you first realized he's dating a girl.
I don't think that they're because of the history of that family. And because of the situation surrounding his mother, and because he took it the hardest behind his mother being killed, honestly, I personally feel like the royal family had his mother killed. She was wilding out. She was doing it very publicly. She was doing it spitefully. You know what? I can't even say it was spitefully.
I think she was just minding her business. But
I just think that she was doing her thing, and because I remember this. I remember following Princess Diana. I remember watching Princess Diana. So,
me too. And I think the problem with Princess Diana for them was when you leave the royal family, they thought she was going to curl up and die. And she did it. She was beautiful. She was
popular. She gained more popularity after she divorced.
She was beautiful. She was charming. She was smart. And people knew she was done wrong.
But she gained more popularity after Prince Charles.
Yeah, but that attends that she was beautiful, she was smart, and she was charming.
She was, dating these guys that were not necessarily, royal, whatever. She caused rifts and so I can see how they're like, oh, she really ran them hot. Like I said, that type of shit, I've watched so many documentaries on YouTube.
She was dating billionaires. She was jumping off
Arabic.
She was jumping off boats and had her bikini on. They just at the end of the day, she gotta go. They wanted her to. They thought she was going to curl up and die. And the thing about Meghan Markle is Meghan Markle, people champion certain things.
Yes.
And people would have championed Meghan. Mm-hmm. Meghan would have had the same fate in a sense. I don't know if it would have went like that because times are a bit different, but they would have championed Meghan. People champion people like
that are different.
They didn't realize that they were going to champion Diana. They thought they had this shit locked and key, and didn't realize that globally people liked her. People wanted to champion her. And people knew she was done wrong as well.
Yes, absolutely. And so, the girl was 18, 19 getting married to a 20-something-year-old that is a
and you get tried, and the girl ain't as pretty as you. That would kill me.
And the nigga is still cheating on you with the girl. Like, he knows he can't marry this girl. he has to marry a particular person, and like
not
that's
attractive.
wild.
Totally.
So like, you know, for the sons to come to all of this information and to like be like, damn, my dad didn't even really fuck with my mama like that. Like, even in interviews when they first got engaged, Prince Charles, somebody said, "Are y'all in love?" And he was just like, "In love? What?"
Yeah, people
But, like,
champion
it's
certain
just-
stuff, and she was set up to be championed properly. Like I said, she was pretty, she was smart, she was charming. She danced with John Travolta. She had blonde hair. She was strikingly beautiful.
She did what she had to do.
The culmination of her was
amazing.
unbeatable.
Absolutely.
And that if Meghan, if this would have ended in divorce, people would have championed Meghan.
Absolutely.
And that would be that. In a sense, they're championing Harry and Meghan right now. And the idea of people thinking they're about to be broke.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that he decided to, because the more I got deeper into this, like, because I mean, once you get into one documentary, it's like a fucking rabbit hole.
I went through my phase.
Like, the more I see it, I can understand. One, he's not going to get to the throne.
He's always been rogue. He never really ever. He's always been rogue. He's
always been the wild card, and
he five down.
At the end of the day, he is somebody that he was not groomed to be a king. So, in that sense, at the end of the day, he can fucking leave.
He the second child. He 5 down.
Yeah.
His grandma ain't trying to tap out. Clearly his daddy, if his grandma live that long, I'm assuming his daddy gonna live that long. So by the time his brother even get there, them 3 kids gonna be grown. He fit that line. At the end of the day, I just think what I thought I personally do think that they thought that once it was actually official, that things would just change, because it's official now. This is not like a dream. We're official, so now we're in the fold.
Yeah.
We're officially married. Now we're in the fold. Now y'all are gonna protect us like you protect everybody else, because we're in the fold, and that didn't happen that way for them. And you know, like I said, he fit the line. He didn't want that shit no way.
No,
he was partying in Vegas before this.
Honestly, I really feel like he told her, "Yo, I don't want this shit. I'm ready. You tell me. I'm ready to leave."
Yeah, I think he kind of looked at it for them just dragging her off senseless stuff, and I don't know.
I that's what I honestly feel like. He told her, "I'm ready to fucking go."
So I hope I'm looking.
Fuck my grandma.
Yeah, fuck. I'm looking forward to see what they do. I think it's funny that they just gonna show up for like holidays and eat their turkey and go back home. I find it interesting. Like, good. We don't have to work for y'all. We can just come like regular people who hate their family, come for 2 days or 3 or 4 days for Thanksgiving and go about their day. And that's okay. Everybody, and then for people to act shocked, not everybody be kicking it with their family like that now.
No,
that's not everybody's story. If you like your family and you like family time, consider yourself very lucky. There is a bunch of people who really dread the holidays, who dread going to their mama's and grandma's house, who dread their in-laws, and like be waiting for the second for it to be over. Or you hear stories all the time where people come home 1 out of 3 to 4 years. There's a lot of people who genuinely just F with their family on a holiday basis.
Agreed.
And there's nothing wrong with that if that's for your peace of mind. So good.
Amen.
Good times. I hope they busted wide open to entertainment. I hope whatever they have planned for the next part
Sussex.
I hope you guys have a beautiful family, a beautiful life.
Archie, what's up?
I wish nothing but the best. And like I said, Meghan didn't make him do nothing. He always been rogue. He always been waiting to cut up on y'all niggas.
Absolutely.
He just found a partner in crime. Simple.
A strong black.
We got a letter. I gotta find it.
Oh, do we?
Let me do. Some girl wrote. Amy Gervais. But before that.
Smelling fat bitch. Why you took me out the motherfucking schedule with your trifling dirty white racist ass dick ass bitch.
Oompa loompa body ass bitch. I'm coming up there and I'm gonna break the fuck out of you, bitch. Okay, now let me get that letter for real.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm going to name this. It's long too, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna name. Okay, so this is Moesha's diary. I'm going to name her two names: Elizabeth Carr and Florence Carr Sparrow. It's Black History Month, and I love a good fact. And actually, I just love a good fact anyway. So the Jim Crow era was in full effect, and during the Jim Crow era, you couldn't use white people's shit. Frederick Carr was a Black entrepreneur. He owned 180 acres on Chesapeake Bay and gave some to his 4 daughters. 2 of his 4 daughters, Elizabeth Carr and Florence Carr Sparrow, used the land to open up a beach for Black people. So in 1931, they founded Carr's Beach and Sparrow Beach. They operated as 2 separate entities, but they were side by side. Their slogan was Black Feet and White Sands. If you look at the pictures of Elizabeth Carr and her sisters, the beach is bomb. Like, all the Black people look gorgeous. They used to hold contests, dance contests, model contests. It was actually in the Green Book. And if you're familiar with what the Green Book is, it's where it will show you the safe spaces for African American people to travel back in the day in the 1930s. So essentially, it was like the Chitlin Circuit, one would call it. They had Billie Holiday, Duke Ellington, Count Basie, Ella Fitzgerald, Aretha Franklin, Jackie Wilson, James Brown. They all performed there. It was just a place. They hired teachers because back in the day, Black teachers didn't get paid as much as white teachers. So they hired teachers to kind of offset their pay or their income. When Chuck Berry came to perform, 70,000 people showed up. They only could get in 8,000 people. So it was just really this safe space. And if you Google Carr's Beach and Sparrow's Beach, you'll just see like Black excellence personified. Everybody look like they having a good time. The kids are happy. It looks like a good turn up. Now, what happened was in the 1960s, the Jim Crow ended and the beaches lost their popularity because, of course, the second segregation happened. Black people was excited to go sit at white people's shit, even though white people still was treating them like shit. Neither here nor there. So once the Jim Crow era ended, people started going to white beaches, kind of abandoned their beaches, and that's that on that. But for a very long time, their beaches was like the spot for the summer for a lot of people. And people travel all across the U.S. to come hang out at this Black-owned beach. Well, Black-owned beaches by 2 sisters. So definitely Google Elizabeth Carr and them, because if you look at the photos, I'm actually posting the video of it's maybe a 3 or 4 minute video of them giving the details. And they show a lot of pictures and everybody just looks hella gorgeous. It looked like a good ass. It looked like Black Spring Break without the mess. But I'm pretty sure they had a lot of mess going on too. But it was a good time. So she said, Elizabeth Carr said, "Hey, I hope you see this. I want to know what you would do in this situation for real, for real. Okay, so I got this female friend, pretty cool, but don't bring a guy around her type. Every Black guy I bring, she's tried to take them, but I'm straight if it's a white dude. Anyway, we happen to have the same male interests once upon a time, and she told me she was all for it. I didn't know their history at the time, so I did. She was supportive until I got close to the dude, and then she flipped. She was throwing out how they fucked and how he used to rock with her and how he was obsessed with her and how he got her number, etc., etc. Shit, that would make me not interested, but that would make me not interested, but what threw me through a loop is that she was still a bitch and went for him. And at that time, he blocked her and was still fucking with me. Now, me and old boy don't talk. I tried to make moves and he curved me hard. Now, I hate reject, so a female is feeling some type of way. Instead of leaving it alone, she always brings him up. She's saying slick shit like, oh, I'ma text him and you should have saw his dick. And when I say I fucked him, she called me bitter. I'm real life salting. She said that because she keeps bringing him up and taunting me all the time. I already addressed her about another friend I had. He was hitting on me and wanted to be more than friends. So we have sex and I was excited about our next chapter. Lord and behold, she goes behind my backs and fucks him. Fuck him, and me and his relationship is weird now. She said she was sorry, but she's still doing petty slick shit. She's white, and I feel like she thinks that every black dude belongs to her. I'm not the type over niggas, but fuck. I'm not the type to argue. That's what she's trying to say. I'm not the type to argue over niggas, but what the fuck? What is girl code? What about it?
Whew. Okay.
Y'all gotta stop.
We want to go, or you want me to go?
Y'all just gotta stop being friends with y'all frenemies. Like, I don't believe in frenemies. This girl is clearly your frenemy. She really don't F with you. And people have a habit of being friends with people because they're a good time at the party, or because sometimes they're a little slutty, so they'll bring the niggas around and all that good stuff. But on the flip side of that, if they just not a good person, they not a good person. I'm not hanging out with nobody I can't bring no nigga around. That's it. Like, that is the bottom line to that. If I cannot, I'm in a space, and I've always been like that. I need to be able to go to the grocery store without having to tell you to come to the grocery store with me if my nigga's at the house. That's me. That's always been my personality. I'm not hanging out with somebody who's gonna sleep with somebody I like, who's gonna sleep with somebody I used to sleep with, or who's gonna sleep with somebody I told them I kinda like. Like, that ain't girl code, that ain't friend code, that ain't, she don't like you, she ain't your friend. And some people really be your friend just to shit on you. Like, y'all got to be careful about that.
And I piggyback off of that. So a female that is going to fuck somebody that you verbally say, hey, this is the guy that I like, or X,
or I slept with him already. Granted,
and let me be clear. Like, in my 20s, I did some grimy shit. But I rectified my situation and I apologized. But no nigga is worth no friendship to me. Ain't no nigga on this planet worth a friendship that I feel is deserving. So
this white girl don't feel like this friendship deserving.
No, but I'm just saying I'm saying I'm saying that as a disclaimer. There's no nigga on this planet that is worth a friendship to me. So when I was caught in the wrong, because I did wrong, I slept with somebody that fucked with my homegirl, right? And when I realized the ramifications of this situation, I immediately apologized and I made sure that I let her know that I'm not that type of person. And it was just one of those one-off things where, I'm young and stupid, whatever. But to continuously do it, that's not your friend. Like, you motherfuckers gotta learn about friendship. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Friendship is a code. Like, everybody makes mistakes, but how those persons come back from those mistakes and apologize from those mistakes is big. And you going around sleeping with somebody that your friend is sleeping with somebody that you like, or you are giving you're telling her your emotions to, and your whatever. Girl, that's not your fucking friend.
Girl, the Taurus and me,
please don't continue to say that that's your friend, because it's really not.
The Taurus and me, I can't do it. She not
Sweetheart,
your friend.
that is not your friend. Yeah. And if you think for 1 second she is using all this information fucking against you, honestly, and girl, let me tell you something. I fucked a guy that one of my homegirls, she is my best friend. I fucked him when I was in my early 20s. When I tell you the guilt that I felt, like, and I know they weren't even really together. They went on like 2 dates or whatever. But like, the guilt that I felt with this shit was heavy. And I apologized. And I vowed to never do that shit again.
Girl, that girl was thankful for forgiving you, because we still wouldn't be talking. But
no, because he's a trash nigga.
I still wouldn't be talking.
A trash nigga?
No. The Taurus and me, don't play that shit.
No. Trash nigga.
I don't care. Trash nigga, not you fucked him. You and that trash nigga are now both trash.
Anyways.
That's the Taurus and me, though.
Like, what I'm saying is that we have to really, 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 really pay attention to like the actions of people. So if people make mistakes all the fucking time, but if they're not apologetic for it, they're not saying, yo, I see what you're saying, I apologize. That's not your friend. That's not your friend.
Sometimes apologies aren't enough. That's me personally, but y'all handle y'all shit accordingly. Personally, this girl here is not your friend, and I said this before. People sometimes really hang out with people they do not like because they make them feel better. And it's like coming home and kicking a dog. Like, you hang out with somebody, you think you're prettier than them, you think you're smarter than them, so you kind of, you use them to fluff your insecurities or to hide your insecurities because now you think you're a step above them, and it feels like she's doing that to you. And I won't let nobody do that to me. I definitely ain't gonna let no white woman do that to me. Nobody, but definitely not no white woman. That's me. But I wouldn't hang out with somebody who, first of all, I won't hang out with somebody who tried me once like that. That we have nothing else to say to each other in life. But twice, and a repeated offender, I don't even know how he got to this many times. I wouldn't have came back from the first time. That's just me. I ain't with that shit. It's I don't care how apologetic you are. I can be like, oh, okay, cool. Never still talk to me again, and that's cool. And I don't know how we got to. It sounds like you were like on the third or fourth time. Yeah, you're way further in this
for sure
than I would ever be. And stop being friends with people who don't really like y'all. Like, y'all have a way because y'all are fun. People are sometimes club friends where you're fun in a club, you're fun at the after party, but y'all don't really have nothing in common during the day when it's time for real life to happen. And that's okay. Learn how to hang out with people in a club. But on the flip side of that, I still won't hang out with somebody who's fun if I can't trust them around nobody I like. Like that, if I can't tell you I like Michael without you sleeping with Michael, that is a problem for me.
And then a person gonna fuck with him. God damn.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't mess. It's certain stuff I can't come back from. That's you messing with my nigga, something I can't come back from. You mess with a nigga,
and then
the nigga
messing with openly messing with her. Oh my god.
You know, apologies, y'all. Apologies are cute, but sometimes we have to. Apologies ain't always enough. Everybody's sorry when they get caught.
I think it's dependent on the situation.
It's dependent on me right now, and I'm telling you now. That shit don't rock with me. But for y'all who can, God bless you, and hopefully there's a special place in heaven for you. I can't do it. And I don't understand how you on the fifth time. And stop hanging out with people who do not like you.
Big facts.
Y'all be knowing people don't be liking y'all, and y'all still want to grin and skim and cheat and be in their face because they might pay for it, or they might buy the drinks, or they know everybody, or they really nice because she'll come pick me up. And it's like you try to like find ways to say the person likes you or is cool with you and why they're good friends. Some people just aren't good friends. Some people aren't good friends for you. Some people aren't good friends in life. Some people just aren't good friends. And everything given, just because somebody apologized to you does not mean you have to forgive them. If you can forgive them for your own peace and go on about your day, you don't have to be friends with somebody after they apologize to you. I can't. So good luck with that. I don't understand how you still her friend. Hopefully you're not her friend. Hopefully you're just listening to this because you cut that bitch off because she deserves to be cut off.
Yeah, but anybody that's fucking with your nigga after one time and a person has explained, I don't know.
No, sometimes I don't know. That I like I said.
Because one time, honestly, niggas be lying. So I can understand because I've been in situations where a nigga lied and said something to where it made it feel like it wasn't what it was. But when it's a consistent thing, sis, it's not your friend.
No, that ain't your friend. And niggas do lie. And
niggas lie.
If you're my friend, double check. If he say, oh, I ain't really fuck with her, don't do nothing with him till you talk to me. It's really that goddamn simple. I live in a real G code.
Niggas lie.
And me accepting, me just letting you apologize to me and me not going upside your head is what we call growth. So blessings, girl. You're way better than I would ever fucking be. Because early 20s, I was dropping bitches on their necks. Now, certain levels of people I don't fuck with. And maybe you're young, but like now, certain characteristics is why I stay away from people. Like I said, I am known to start getting to know people as in friends and backing the hell up midway and deciding like, nah, I can't be friends with her. This ain't gonna work. And like I said, maybe you're young and maybe you just want to be at the party. But let me tell you something. There's so many people partying if you're young. You don't need this one girl. Whatever she's offering you or picking you up or whatever, you do not need that girl in your life. Ain't enough cocktails in the world, sis. But hey,
no, sir.
Blessing. Hopefully that works out for you. It's Black History Month. Kick that white girl to the curb.
Amen.
But you guys, you can find me, NatoyaEbony, on all social media. Recovering Party Girls on Facebook, Twitter. No, I'm lying. Facebook and Instagram. You can find Party Girls Pod on Twitter. And We the Viewers We the Viewers Pod on all social media. We got an episode coming this Monday. We had to take a break for Kobe. Rest in peace, good sir.
And my name is Miss Cool in the City. Please be on the lookout for Amy Malkin's interview. I'm about to upload it. Everything on that. Boom.
And I'm so happy you guys got your episode. I didn't name it, but it essentially is recovering from January. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Get out the comment section. And I just want to leave you with this tidbit.
Why you took me off the motherfucking schedule with your trifling dirty white
Big fat bitch, Oompa Loompa body ass bitch.
I'm coming up there and I'm gonna